Lynn, and welcome back to my bathroom. Today, as promised, I wanted to do a video on self-tanners and bronzers, okay? I am a white, pale girl. I've embraced my paleness. I used to just bake myself in the sun. I have a tanning bed here. I had a tanning bed at my house in Key Largo, Florida. Plus, I'd get out on the boat and be on the boat for like 9 hours a day. I mean, I was a walking blister, and I would look like a crispy critter by the end of the day because I would peel and blister and scab, and it was nasty. So then I decided, you know, it's time to grow up and stop being a sun worshiper. And back in the days, in the 70s and 80s, self-tanners and bronzers were horrible. They really were. You had the QT that turns you orange. I don't really want to look like an Oompa Loompa too much. I'd rather be orange than white, though, as white as I am. I mean, I am like, it's like a solar flare glare when you look at me without clothes on. It's not pretty. So today I wanted to talk to you about bronzers because this tan you see right here, it's not real. None of it's real. My hands, they're not real. All of it. I'm going to take you in and show you a demonstration on how it works. But let's just get started. The first bronzer one of the first ones that I ever used was this Toma Tan Perfect. This stuff was like motor oil. You shook it up, it came out like the consistency and the color of motor oil, and I'd rub it all over myself. Everybody that touched me or got near me was like an oil slick. It was like the Exxon Valdez. I was the Exxon Valdez that walked around and hugged people, and yeah, it wasn't pretty. My bed looked like an oil slick. It really did. So then, as time progressed, things got a little bit better, and like the Neutrogena Instant Bronze, I used to use this, and I was on a flight one time, and one of the other flight attendants, I put it all over me because we were going to somewhere warm and exotic, and I was going to be in a bikini by the end of the day. And I wanted to put this on, and I was going to spread myself out on that beach and be gorgeous. Wrong. I put this on, and as we were I was in the galley with another flight attendant, and she goes, I don't know what that smell is, but it smells like cat piss. And I'm like, that's me. I didn't tell her that, but she goes, everywhere I walk, I'm smelling this horrible smell. It was this. Nothing against Neutrogena, because I have Neutrogena bubble bath. I have a lot of Neutrogena products. That made me smell like a cat. Then I got the L'Oreal Sublime Bronze. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's like water. And it turned me the most weird color I'd ever seen in my life. It said quick dry. And then when it comes off in like chunks, like a week later, and you're like scaly. I'm not even going to tell you what I look like. I look like a turd that had grown scales and was trying to walk away. I'm not kidding. So nothing against those products. On my skin, they weren't working. Then I have the Vitis Skin. This one was the worst one for me, the Comodines towelettes. You open these things up, the smell was horrendous for me. I've got about 300 of these packets because I was a sucker and bought them off of QVC or something. I might stain my trim on my house, but it's horrible. Then, somehow along the way, I discovered Sally Hansen, the Airbrush legs, and I love this stuff. I've done video after video about it. I've got scars and scabs, and I mean, I've lived my life and I've lived it fun. I've tripped on the boat, I've fallen on my knees, I've scraped myself, I've fallen off a bike, I've got scars, all of them tell a story though. My whole body could tell. I could write a book on my body. Just stand me up naked, and I could tell you a story that would probably grow your hair on the things that have happened. But I used that for a long time. The thing I didn't like about these is I've got a whole closet full of these, like maybe 12 of these, that the nozzle will get clogged up and they quit working. And at $13 a pop, I kept them. I don't know why I kept them, but they're still in there. They're just gathering dust. Then about 2 or 3 months ago, I don't know, things have changed in my life so much. It could have been longer. It could have been 3 years ago. I don't know. But I found this about 2 or 3 months ago, and it's the Sally Hansen Airbrush legs in a different formulation. It's in a cream. And you can tell I use this because it's messy. I use it every day. If I'm going to wear an outfit and this much of that skin on my skin is going to show, I cover it up with this. And this is how I do it. I went to the automotive store and bought some, these are car gloves. The gloves that you work on when you're going to change your oil or whatever, they're nitrile gloves. They're non-powder. They're for mechanics, painters, and plumbers. Okay? For me, I'm using them on my body. Mechanic, painter, plumber. Yeah, that would fit my body. So, especially as things have gotten older, I need a mechanic, a painter, and a plumber for this nightmare that is me. Anyway, I take one of these little gloves, and these come in, I think there's 80 gloves, and this is like my second year on these. I just take my little blue glove, take my Sally Hansen, and like I said, any particle of skin that is showing, except my face. I don't use it on my face because I think it might be a little heavy. The formulation is pretty darn thick. Ew. It does transfer off. I usually put it on, wait 5 minutes, get dressed. It's pretty much dry. I sometimes will get a little transfer off on like the places that touch my skin. I've never had anything be ruined by my Sally Hansen. I'll throw it in the washer, take it to the cleaners, whatever, and it always comes out. My cleaner knows. She actually told me that she's got people that have worse clothes than I do and gets it all out. So it does transfer. I've hugged many people. The worst thing is when you see somebody I've seen people coming at me, men or women coming at me in a white business suit or a button-down shirt, and they come at me and give me a great big hug. Ooh. By the time they're done, they've got a little bit of brown on their shoulder or whatever. I just have learned to hug in a better way. Anyway, I am all about the Sally Hansen airbrush legs. The other day I was at the mall. I saw the most beautiful woman I had ever seen. She was done up, older woman. She was done up beautifully. She had on a gorgeous suit, a sweet little handbag, high heels, everything. But her legs were like pale white, and they were like mine. They had freckles and bruises and scars. And I just wanted to run up to her so bad and say, Sally Hansen airbrush legs. But, you know, much as we want to do those things, we can't. But I just think that I've turned so many people onto this. Sally Hansen, I love you. I do. I love Sally Hansen. So I'm going to take you into my living room and do one leg and then not do one leg and then show you to do a demonstration on the difference that it makes. Because, like I said, none of this is real. I am as pale as paper. And it's not a pretty pale. It's not pretty. Okay, this is an already tanned leg. I've already put the tanning on it. I'm only going to put it up to here because I'm going to wear capri pants today with little wedge shoes. So, so there's no need to do the entire leg. It does rub off on your clothes, but I have never had anything that it ruined or that it didn't come out of. So this is a tan leg. This is my pale white ghostly leg. So here we're going to get started. I just take use the Sally Hansen in the tube. I love this formulation so much better than the spray can. I have my little blue glove on, automotive gloves, and I just put a little dab about the size of a pea on. And if it's too much, you rub it in. If it's too little, just add more. Better to build than not. So what I do on this white leg is I just put it on and then just start rubbing it in. I do my toes, on the sides of my foot, back in just anything that's showing, and it just gives such a pretty coverage. It really does. It covers all the age spots, freckles. I've got freckles because I have like blonde, strawberry, kind of underneath like a strawberry blonde, red, blonde hair, blue eyes. I should never have ever been in the sun, and I'm trying to avoid the sun more. But I just put that everywhere. It dries in about 5 minutes. I could go get dressed. By the time I walk back to my bedroom, I could get dressed. And yes, it does transfer onto your clothes, but it washes out. This is one of my favorites. So those are 2 tanned legs. It hides, like right here, I fell in the boat, down in Florida, I fell in the boat and just chunked off a big chunk of my foot, or my leg. Here, I have a big boo-boo where I hit my leg in the car. It's ugly, but it covers up all of that. And I've got tan, pretty legs. So anyway, I thank you all so much for watching. Till next time on my series. I think the next series I'm going to do are nails. Real nails versus fake nails, because I do both these days. So till next time, I love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.